Welcome, ladies and gentlemen. I just want you need to understand that this is happening in our country right now, all over the place. This is not uncommon. Politicians are now paying news organizations to do these fake fact checks, and apparently, it's a good way for these media companies to make some quick money or something because but it's really gotten out of control, and they really think you are dumb. They think you're actually dumb. Let's watch this video.
At us fast and furiously this election cycle. We got emails from a couple of viewers asking us to verify this one.
Brown backed Biden, voting to let transgender biological men participate in women's sports, and supported allowing puberty blockers and sex change surgeries for minor children.
It was put out by the Senate Leadership Fund, a super PAC created to help Republicans in the U.S. Senate. Let's start with the claim that Democratic Senator Sherrod Brown supported allowing puberty blockers and sex change surgeries
Now
for
watch
minor
closely.
children. It cites an interview with WSYX in Columbus as proof of this. Here's what Senator Brown said in that interview.
A child's healthcare decisions are between them, their parents, their families, their doctors, not politicians. I will never agree with anybody that wants to bring politics into the family situation with healthcare, period.
Because that, like, they just totally glanced over the problem. The problem is that a lot of times it's between just the doctor and the child. The parents are being excluded from the decision.
Brown's campaign told us his comments cited in the ad were not in support of puberty blockers or gender reassignment surgeries, but instead a call to keep politicians out of decisions that should be made between families and doctors. So we can verify this claim is false.
It is? It gets worse. Do you mean to tell me that because of that sentence that he said, I'm supposed to believe that that's false now? So let's keep watching.
Now let's look at the claim about women's sports. When making the claim, the ad refers to a vote in the U.S. Senate from March of 2021. When we pull up this vote on the U.S. Senate website, we see the amendment that was the subject of the vote had nothing to do with allowing transgender people to participate in women's sports. It was actually only about money. Senator Brown voted against including an amendment in the American Rescue Plan that would have stripped federal funding from Ohio schools if those schools allowed transgender people to participate in women's sports.
Are they serious? Are they really serious? Let's watch it. We need to watch that part again. Because they really think you're absolutely stupid.
Would have stripped federal funding from Ohio schools if those schools allowed transgender people to participate in women's sports.
So Republicans wanted to take the money away from these schools if they allowed boys to play in women's sports. He voted against the motion. So in other words, he wanted to let these boys continue to play in women's sports. Now they're going to tell you this was false also. They actually think you're dumb. And this is journalism here in the United States now. This is what poses as journalism, this obvious activism.
We can verify the claim that Brown voted to let transgender biological men participate in women's sports is false. Remember, if you see something you want us to fact check, you can send it. Would have stripped federal funding from Ohio schools if those schools allowed transgender people to participate in women's sports.
Have you ever seen any more obvious doublespeak in your life? Oh, it was actually about money. Just money. Yeah, to prohibit funds made under Title II, state, local education agencies, and institutions of higher education to permit any student whose biological sex is male to participate in athletic program actively designated for women or girls. So they wanted to take the money from the schools that were allowing this to happen. He rejected it. He said, no, go ahead. Allow the boys to play in girls' sports. No big deal. So it's not false. Like, they're outright lying to the American people, man. And this is pathetic activism. It's not even like regular activism. This is like somebody gave me a bag to say exactly what they wanted me to and I say exactly what they wanted me to say. This is pathetic, man. And you need to understand that this is happening all over our country.